Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Hearthstone. Almost said the wrong thing, but I figured it out. I don't know how I messed it up as much. I have done some off-screen things because I was working on Blackrock Mountain, uploading it and getting all the titles and tags. I've seen a lot of comments and a lot of views already, which is great news. The final week is great. The only real problem with Blackrock Mountain is that the final boss was very difficult and took about 2 hours to do. So while I was doing all of that stuff, uploading off screen, I worked on our quests a little bit. So we have 2 victories already with the Druid and Hunter, which gives us a much better chance today, since that's what we're doing, of actually accomplishing this goal. I have decided that this is a better system, having at least a better chance of finishing a goal instead of just trying to go into overtime episodes and all of that. That being said, we are going to have some extra episodes because we are going to rebuild every single deck now. There's no reason not to. It's time to make an episode in which we just rebuild every single deck. I'm gonna probably do well, there's 7 heroes right now that we need to rebuild the decks for, and we might as well just rebuild all 9 of them. So maybe we'll do 3 episodes, 3 deck rebuilds per episode.
I must protect
now that I have beaten Blackrock Mountain and have all those cards, it's time to look them over, and I'm gonna look over the cards and think about it before I start recording, just so it's a little bit clearer in my mind about what I want to do. And after we do that, we are going to have our new decks and move forward from there. I will also start using the Hearthstone deck tracker application, which puts my deck on the side. That was one of the comments that I've already had, as somebody asked me what my mage deck was that I was using to beat one of the bosses, and I was able to export through Hearthstone deck tracker that entire deck into text very easily, which is an excellent added feature of the program. And really, I still feel like there's a lot more in it that I can learn, but I'm really happy about what I've found so far. And we will fix that definitely by having Hearthstone deck tracker up here so people can see the cards that are in my deck, at least to some extent. So we just need 3 victories out of 5 games is what we're trying for here, and we're doing Druid and Hunter. Right now we are playing as the Hunter, and hopefully we win. But doing overtime for this recording session, I don't see a lot of reason. I don't want to add a ton of extra videos into overtime. We already kind of did. I kind of already have done my overtime. I'm working pretty much all day. Sadly, all my recording things got to happen to coincide on the same day. Let's see, do I want to kill this guy or this guy? Whenever a friendly beast dies. Yeah, 2 hours for the final boss was way too long. I wish it hadn't taken that long. But alas, we're done with Blackrock Mountain. This is also the last day I'm going to really be spending any extra time playing Hearthstone. I think we'll start back up with an arena run after we rebuild the decks, and because of that, I think we will definitely just continue forward as I've forgotten what I was even saying. Man, I'm going senile in my old age. I tell you.
Give that minion a turn to your metal alone.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and hit the face. I'm glad to be back to regular games, though. No more bosses with crazy passive abilities or hero abilities. I'm glad to be done with all of that. I will come back and I am gonna think about, I'm definitely probably gonna do it when I have some free time, is going through the entire collection of cards I have. And we're gonna do just really short, kind of dictionary-esque definitions of the cards. So, like, and I guess I'll do the other elements to the game too. Job done. But so like a core hound, I'll do like one video just says core hound, a 7 mana beast minion with 9 attack and 5 health. It has no special abilities.
The gates are open.
Abilities. And that would be the whole video. So that's all I'm gonna do. Is what I'm not going to say, hey everybody, it's Rydo. I'm not gonna say please subscribe, watch, all that stuff. All of that is just gonna go be left off this one time.
Hit it very hard.
And the reason is I just feel like that might be a really easy project for me. It lets people who might be searching Google or YouTube directly, if they just want to see what the card looks like, if they just want to know just really fast what it is, I think that would help. So I think that's a pretty smart concept. Hopefully it's not just gonna be a huge waste of time. Of course, I don't know when I'm gonna have free time to do that because The Witcher is coming out very soon. I've got to build my new computer, which is gonna take a while. I've got tons of videos that need to be scheduled and filed away and labeled properly. So when I'm supposed to have this extra time to do this extra project on top of all my other extra projects, I don't know. I am slowly beginning to realize I might be a lunatic as far as recording YouTube videos because I just don't stop. It's just new project, new project, new project. Don't really stop the old ones that much. I want to do a mod look at the Binding of Isaac, and I'll probably do that and push that out. So there's a whole nother thing, and I put Binding of Isaac back on the back burner. Now some of them I know I'm not gonna really come back to. FTL would have to do a lot as far as updating itself, so I don't think I'd do that. And Bastion, which is the series being released right now, I think I covered it pretty thoroughly. Portal 2, the Talos Principle I am going to come back on because with the new computer that will be a great just make good in my mind. I want to go back and just personally redo that series, and there's a good reason because we can do the Serious Sam DLC. So yeah, but yeah, some series no. I wouldn't really go back and do Limbo. There might be a reason to do it, but I don't think there's a huge reason to do it. Try and go play Limbo again. Maybe I'll try Mirror's Edge again on the new computer. See if it crashes. It hopefully would look a lot better. It looked pretty good anyways. So I have high hopes for this new computer, and I hope they're all satisfied. I'm going to be very upset with it if it doesn't satisfy at least most of my dreams. That is one of the fears with computers today, when you build new computers, that it can just never really double. It's just never really going to be as fast as you would hope, unfortunately, and you have to kind of admit it to yourself. A lot of it also has to do with the program. It doesn't matter if your processor is twice as fast as the processor the program is programmed for. If the program's programmed badly enough, it's still not going to work well. Games that are only using DirectX 8 when we are on to DirectX 12 now, not going to benefit from a new video card very much. If anything, they might suffer from a new video card because they're so old. And so a lot of it falls onto the programmers. See, this is a beast, so I can summon this guy.
Snakes.
And get a 7.
It has snake.
But you guys have had a lot of Hearthstone lately, though. But it won't come out at the same time, so I really couldn't do anything about it. Let's see. It could deal 5 damage and do that.
For the wilds. Oh, job's done.
Let's see, if I had done 6 more damage, no, I still wouldn't have won. Next turn I can do 6 damage though. Oh, it's strange that the Druid is winning a lot easier than the Hunter. I must have done something pretty bad with my Hunter deck. One of the things about the Hearthstone deck tracker program is that when you save a new copy, you can save it as a version number. So you can say if you're at your 1.0 version of your deck, you can say this new version that you're saving right now is 1.1 or 2.0. So you can use that, and however you want to use the system. Usually, when you go from a 1 point something to a 2.0, it usually is a major change. Sometimes it means something different though. I think in Linux, for instance, the Linux kernel is at 4.12 point something, and all the third points are just bug fixes and like security updates. Usually the second
Let the hunt begin.
the point 12 of it is when actual features are implemented in the kernel, which doesn't happen that often. And then the first number, the 4 point at the very beginning of it, only really goes up when they feel that the code has significantly changed. And it's really up to Linus Torvalds, if that's how you pronounce his last name. I think it is. Torvalds, maybe? It's either Torvalds or Torvalds. I haven't looked at it in a while. It's really up to him and him alone as to whether he decides to go ever from 4 to 5 on that first one. Argument could be made that if they start migrating to the newest EFI replacements for the BIOS, that at that point, when that gets fully integrated, you should go to a 5 point something. But then the problem with a lot of numbers in computers, to get less geeky on it, is that companies have advertising departments often, and then the advertisement department wants the number to go up. And that is very much what happened on like the Xbox 360, because the Xbox 360 is the second Xbox. So you have the original Xbox, which was just called Xbox. Then the exact next device they came out with was the Xbox 360. And they called it that because the PlayStation 3 was just being released at the same time. So they didn't want it to say Xbox 2 versus PlayStation 3 because the numbers don't even out, and some advertising company thought that would be a problem. And so they called it 360. So now we're on to the PlayStation 4, and what does Xbox call their third system? Not the Xbox 3, because that would make no sense from the 360. It calls it the Xbox One, which makes literally no sense at all. They were trying to sell it as one device. There would be your cable box and your music player and your internet browser and all of that. And by trying to push all of that extras and not focus on games, most people are unhappy. Most gamers are unhappy. That you don't want to irritate your core audience. Definitely don't want to do that. And they kinda did. So,
My seal for Argon.
Next turn I can bring out one of these two guys. Try for a Stormwind Champion. And then the next turn, as long as everything goes well, I can bring out Kel'Thuzad. I'm really gonna have to think about these Nexramas cards, whether they still have a place in our decks now that we have some Blackrock Mountain cards. Definitely gonna have to think about it. I'm sure it's gonna change a lot. Alright. So I'm gonna bring this one out, just in my turn. Because I just die if I attack this one for no real reason. I tell you, beating that final boss on Blackrock Mountain took forever, and it was literally just chasing a really lucky draw and getting very, very lucky to pull off the one trick that I could think of. That was I still can't think of anything else that would be able to be the boss, because the boss basically wants you to do 55 damage to the face to defeat him, and I was able to cheat it so I only had to do 40 damage to the face, and but it took a lot of time. A little too long. Playing for 2 hours a card game just doesn't sit right for me. So there's no reason to bring out Customizable if I have no guys alive. So I'll have to summon some other things first.
So many options.
The gates are open.
So they could kill my guy. Are they gonna bother? Yes, they are. Darn it. Again, no reason to keep these. To bring out Kel'Thuzul if I've got nobody alive. They're destroying my Kel'Thuzul strategy. Let's play this. They're defeating it at least, if not destroying it. Draw 4 cards for 7 mana. I don't know if that's worth it. Really don't know if that's worth it. Alright. Finally.
Soldiers of the
At
cold.
least I can have something
Obey
alive,
the
and I'll
call.
kill this guy. I probably should have killed that like 3 turns ago, come to think of it.
My hand is too full.
Didn't really think that through. Did not think that through. Does he have a card to destroy a damaged minion? Bet they do.
Get behind me.
No, it doesn't look like they've got it. So we might be able to pull this one off. Come on. See if we can do this. Summon this.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Summon this. Take this guy out. Smash this one in the face. Smash this one in the face. There we go. I think we can win this one. I think we have a chance. Betrayal. That's not gonna work very well. Unless he's got another betrayal card. Unless he can kill Kel'Thuzul some other way.
Blood and plunder!
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Alright, so bring this one out. Could have actually saved myself some mana by doing that. Let's see, what do we got? We got 13 here. Let's take the advantage and win.
I will be your death.
Why are you gonna threaten 5 seconds before you lose? No point in that at all. So now we've got one more Druid. How many games have we played? Have we played 3 or 4? We might go a little short today. Or not. I don't know. Might as well go a little short, I suppose. Let's just save next episode for next episode.
Victory or death!
I must protect the
Definitely not going to be playing offline very much. I am going to do a little bit of it, but it's going to be very heavily on my own discretion. It's just going to be to get to 3,500 gold, maybe even 3,600 gold, or 4,500 gold. How I'm going to justify in my mind how much extra gold I want on top of the extra gold for the next expansion. I might stick with trading out quests for harder quests. I think we could probably do that and stick to that, but I might not. I might go back to easier quests. I think that definitely made for easier episodes, and we did the arena runs in it and spiced it up a lot more. It's been kind of dry just doing ranked runs while we were trying to grind for gold. Sorry about that, but alas, that's a real example of what you would have had to do to avoid paying for Blackrock Mountain. Of course, now that Blackrock Mountain is over, you can just grind at a natural pace for gold and get the wings whenever you feel like it. If you weren't a YouTuber that needed the videos out as soon as possible, like me, you can just take your time. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not going to come out with another expansion for 6 months at least, so no problem. I know people that haven't even bothered to get all of Nexramus. Deal 1 damage and draw a card. Let's go ahead and do this. Summon another one of these. And deal 1 damage and draw a card. I can't deal 1 damage, so because it's only to a minion. Alright, well, let's just smash the face. I want to bring out the owl, so that'll be the end of the turn. I guess it's technically a good thing when you have leftover mana. It means you played all the cards you wanted to play, and you had extra mana. Of course, usually, if you have extra mana, you might want to ask yourself, was there a more powerful card I should have in my deck than the ones that I am using? It's always a little different. Let's see. Go ahead and take charge. Smash the face again. Down to 12 to 30. I love when the games go like this. I just love it when it's below 15, no damage whatsoever. That's the rate where people start thinking, maybe I should just concede. And that's where you start seeing the concedes, when it's a real player. Let's see.
My shield for Arga.
We'll go ahead and use the owl, because why not? This one is down to 2 health. So he'll have to pretty much destroy everything. Every single one of my characters to make it through this next turn. Do 5 damage to everybody. Maybe they could do 3 damage to everybody. Yep, we're just gonna call it the end of this episode after we win, unless for some reason we don't win. I don't want to get too cocky. We may still lose, but I would be very surprised. But yeah, we'll just call it the end of this episode, and we'll do the next episode. We'll do the other quest next episode, which will be fine.
What you want?
I don't think we're gonna go into an overtime situation.
Well played.
But here we go, we can win right now. Yay, bonus star, yay, level up. And 60 gold. And we got a gold back of claw, which is nice. So, as for gold, we're at 1475. The goal now is in the next 6 months to have at least 3,500. Probably would want 4,600 myself. I think if I can get to 1,000 extra gold and then 100 extra gold, I'll start. Whenever I hit 4,600, I'll buy a pack. If I get another 100 back to 4,600, I'll buy another pack, and we'll really start putting all of our extra gold into just buying packs and getting those classic cards. And then we'll start getting Goblins vs. Gnomes cards. Next episode we do Rogue and Warrior. But that's it for this episode. So as always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me out with YouTube. You can support me through two different ways. One is clicking on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Or you can click on the Amazon.com affiliate link down below and just shop normally. If you want to follow me on practically any social media, or friend me on Steam or Battle.net, that is down in the description also. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.